So, the next topic is precedence rule. In the last lecture, we discussed about time shifting and time scaling. What do you mean by time shifting? Time shifting on a signal x of t is x of t minus t0, and time shifting on signal x of n is x of n minus n0. Similarly, scaling means x of at or x of kn. And if in a signal we want to do both shifting and scaling at the same time, what will be the preference on shifting and scaling, or how we will do shifting and scaling? This is based on a rule known as precedence rule. The precedence rule is applicable for both continuous time signal and discrete time signal. That is, if on a signal x of t we have to find out x of at minus t0, or if in a discrete time signal we have to find x of kn minus n0. Here the a means the at means we have to scale the time signal t by a, and minus t0 means we want to shift the signal by t0. Similarly in discrete time signal also. Then the rule is, first we will do shift on x of at minus t0. First we will shift the signal x of t minus t0, and then we will scale the resultant signal by a. The case is similar in discrete time signal also. First we will do the shifting x of n minus n0, and then we will scale the resultant signal by k. So this is precedence rule, where first we will shift the signal and then we will scale the signal. So let's consider an example where x of t is given as in this figure, and we have to find out y of t, which is equal to x of 2t plus 5. That is, we have to do the scaling with a scaling factor 2 and shifting with a time period 5. That is, the signal can be written as x of 2t minus 5, because our shifting is x of t minus t0. According to our rule, first we have to do shifting, then scaling. Okay, then this is the signal x of t, whose value will be available from minus 1 to 1. Then we can do one thing. First shift the signal x of t to x of t plus 5, which is equal to x of t minus 5. Then, as we studied in the last class, how we will do shifting? T plus 5 equal to minus 1. Then t is equal to minus 6, and t plus 5 equal to plus 1 in the right side. Then t is equal to minus 4. That is, now the signal is available from minus 6 to minus 4. In the last class we said that during shifting the duration of the signal will not change, only the signal will shift to right or left. Now the signal is from minus 6 to minus 4. Then we can draw a signal which is available from minus 6 to minus 4 with the same amplitude. If the amplitude is 3, here also the amplitude is 3. We cannot say that this is y of t, because y of t is x of 2t plus 5. Here it is only x of t plus 5. So we can write it as y1 of t. Next, what we have to do? We have to find out. Next we have to find out y of t. So in order to find out y of t, we should do next scaling. Here the first step is shifting. Now we have to scale this signal by a factor 2. Now the signal is available from minus 6 to minus 4. Now we have to scale the signal with 2. Now, as a second step, we can scale the signal with 2t. We have to scale the signal, which is a result of shifting. After shifting, we got this signal, and now we are going to scale this signal with 2. Here you can see the shifted signal is ranging from -4 to 4. That is, the signal exists from -6 to -4. Then while scaling with 2, 2t equal to -6 and 2t equal to -4. Then t equal to -3 and t equal to -2. That is, the signal exists between -3 and -2, which is our resultant signal y of t. That is, after shifting and after scaling, we got this signal. Similarly, you can do on any signal. First, you just shift the signal and then do scaling.